Hey, what's up guys? In this video I want to talk about first 10 things that you need to do with your Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra right after you unbox this phone. So without any further delays, let's get to it. And the first thing that you need to set up is the always on display on this phone. And for that we need to go in settings, go in lock screen, and here look for always on display. Now here you can actually set it up in different ways. You can set it up to show up for 10 seconds and then it goes away. You can set it up to show always, and what I've done here, show as scheduled. So I don't want it when I'm sleeping at night, so I turn it off at night and then it turns back on in the morning. Then you can also set up the clock style here, so you can choose between different clocks and different colors, or you can set a different background. So you can choose any photo from your gallery and it will show up here, or you can choose a theme, or you can choose GIFs that have been pre-installed on the phone. So I like the space one, and that's my always on display GIF. Moving on, you can also set it up to show your music information, so you can control your music straight away from the always on display, and screen orientation, auto brightness, and stuff like that, because this is the first thing that you see on your phone when you pick up your phone. It's your always on display. It needs to be set up. Moving on, once you have unlocked your phone, the first thing that you see is the display. It's the main thing on the phone and it needs to be set up properly, and for that we need to go in settings again, go in display, and here you have to actually take care of 2 or 3 things mainly. So you have to select your main theme, whether you want a dark theme or light theme. So light theme will turn everything white and dark theme will turn everything dark. So you can select dark mode settings, so you can turn it on as scheduled. If you don't want it at night or during the day, you can set it as schedule. You can turn on adaptive brightness. I like to have more manual control over my brightness, so I have a manual slider here. And then the main thing here is motion smoothness. So this is the refresh rate for your display. So if we go in here, you can select adaptive, which gives you the highest 120 Hz refresh rate for your display. And if you're not using your phone, it reduces the refresh rate to around 10 Hz, I guess, and moves on between these two limits. And it also eats into the battery a little bit. So if you don't want that, you can select standard 60 Hz screen refresh rate, and this will keep the refresh rate at 60 Hz. Then another thing here is the screen resolution. So if you go in screen resolution, you can now actually use 120 Hz refresh rate with WQHD plus resolution, which is not the case in Note 20 Ultra or S20 Ultra, but now thankfully we can do it on S21 Ultra. Now you can obviously go down to Full HD plus. I myself don't really see much of a difference between Full HD plus and WQHD plus. I am fully comfortable with both, but I wanted to use this phone with all the settings topped up, so that's why I'm using in WQHD plus. And I've not seen much of a difference in battery life in switching between WQHD plus or Full HD plus and 120 Hz and 60 Hz. So I use it with highest most settings. Moving on to the next thing that you need to set up is the navigation bar here, and again you can set it up from display settings. So just scroll down and you will see navigation bar, and here you can select between buttons or swipe gestures. So I like buttons. I like to have this control here, but if you don't want buttons, you want swipe gestures and you want your full screen experience, you can go for swipe gestures. And once you do that, you can turn on the gesture hints and you will see these bars down here. It does eat into the display a little bit and gives you a little bit of a chin, but it's a hint there that you can swipe up from here. If you don't want it, you can simply turn it off, and from here you can select the button order. So if I swipe up from here, that's back. If I swipe up from the middle, it's home screen, and if I swipe up from the left and hold, it's recents. Moving on, the next thing that you need to take care of is the home screen settings. So long press on the home screen and go in settings, and here you have complete control of your home screen. So first of all, we have home screen layout here, so you can select whether you need an app drawer or not. So if you select home and app screen, you will have an app drawer and home screens, and if you select home screen only, you will only have home screens and all your apps will be on the home screens. Then we have grids here, so home screen grid, apps grid, folder grid. So this actually determines how many apps you can put on a single home screen. So the more you're on the right, the more apps you can put on the home screen. The more you move towards left, the lesser apps you can have on a single page. Same is the case with app screen grid and folder grid. Then show app screen button on home screen. So If you turn this on, there will be a button for the app drawer, so you can go in the app drawer this way, and if you turn this off, you'll have to swipe up to go into the app drawer. Then you also have the option to lock home screen layout. So if you're giving your phone to a child and you don't want that kid to make a mess out of your home screen layout, you can lock it up, and then the child won't be able to mess with your home screen. Then we have the option to add new apps to the home screen. So I really like to have new apps that I download from the Play Store to appear on my home screen. So I have this option turned on. By default, I think it's turned off. So your apps will go into the app drawer. So you can turn this on from here as well. You can hide apps from here too. So select any app, press done, and the app will be hidden, and you can come back here and unhide those apps as well. And then we have app icon badges. So this is for the notifications. Swipe down for notification panel. So if you swipe down, you will go to your notification panel, so you can have that setting controlled from here as well. And then finally rotate to landscape mode. Next up, you can also customize these lock screen shortcuts. So for that, we need to go in settings, go in lock screen, and here go in shortcuts, and here you can select left shortcut and right shortcut. So I have torch on one and camera on the other, so you can go in here and put any app or any other shortcut here that you want to use without unlocking your phone. So that's great. That's why I've got torch here, so I don't need to swipe down the notification panel just turn on torch. I have it right there on the lock screen. So I picked it up from using an iPhone because you can put a torch there, so it's really handy and really useful, and I really like this feature. Next, you need to set up your default apps. So for that, we need to go in settings, go in apps, and select choose default apps. From here you can select your default browser, digital assistant, so you can go for Google or Bixby. From here you can select your app launcher. So I don't have any other installed. Usually I use Nova launcher, but I wanted to use S21 Ultra in its pure form. Then you can select your phone app, SMS app, and you can also choose opening links, whether you want to have links open up in the apps or in the browser that you have installed. So you can select and control all that from here. Moving on, it's time to customize and manage battery settings and app usage, and for that we need to go in settings, go in battery and device care, and here go in battery. Here you will see your device usage, battery usage, power saving mode and stuff, but we are concerned with background usage limits. So go in here, and here you will see these options. So first of all, you can put unused apps to sleep. So once you do that, they will stop eating into your battery. Next, we have sleeping apps. So you can go in here and see all the apps that are sleeping in the background, and you can add even more apps from your app list. Then we have deep sleeping apps. So you can see all these deep sleeping apps, and once again you can add more from your apps list. And finally, we have never sleeping apps. So this is the section where you add apps that you don't want to go to sleep in the background. So I was having this issue with Google Photos and my Galaxy wearable app. So both were being put to sleep for some reason by the phone in the background. So I put them in never sleeping apps, and now they are functioning fine. Next up, we also have to customize this side key and what it does. And for that, we need to go in settings, go in advanced features, and here select side key. And here there are two things that you can customize: double press and press and hold. Now right now I have it set it to quick launch camera. When I double press it, you can set it up to open Bixby or open any app. So you can go in here, you can go in settings, and then you can double press and have it launch any app that's here. So that's that. I want to launch quick camera. And then we have press and hold, and this only gives you two options. So out of the box, that launches Bixby, but you can change it to power off menu. But if you do decide to launch Bixby with press and hold, you can then power off the phone by several different ways. So you can go in quick panel, and here you can turn off the phone by pressing this button here, or you can press and hold the volume down key and the side key together, and then that will also give you the option to turn off the phone. Or finally, you can ask Bixby to turn off the phone. Next up, and a really important customization feature, is to control your notifications and how you want to get them. So go in settings, go in notifications, and here we have pop-up style notifications. So you can go for brief ones, and then detailed ones. So I'm not getting any notifications right now, otherwise I will show you. So detailed ones will also appear as a pop-up, but will give you a little bit more information. It will appear like this, and brief ones will appear like this, as you can see in the photo here. And then you can turn on the apps that you want to receive the pop-up style notifications from. And another really handy feature here is in advanced settings. So go in here, and here you will see notification reminders. So you can turn on these notification reminders in case you remove a notification and you don't want to deal with it right now or at that time. You can then turn on the notification reminders, so you will be reminded of that notification after every 5, 10 or 15 minutes, and select apps to get reminders for. You can select the apps from here as well. So this gives you a really granular control over your notifications. And finally, out of the box, when you swipe to the right from the home screen, you get Google Discover. So that's great, but if you don't want it, you can simply long press on the home screen, go towards left and turn it off. Or you can go for Samsung Free if you want that, or you can go for Google Discover, or you can turn it off. So if you turn it off and go back, you will then not have anything there. So that's about it from this video, guys. These were the first 10 things that you need to do or customize or change on your Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra after unboxing this phone. Now I want to hear from you. If you have any specific features that you turn on or off immediately after buying your phone, let me know in the comments and share with the others. And I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.